Have you ever been under pressure? Someone casually asks, "How's everything going?" And even though you're capable, responsible, doing your best, the only thing you manage to say is, "I'm stressed." And the uncomfortable part isn't the stress itself. It's the feeling that you don't sound like someone who can handle it. I didn't realize it then, but the way I talked about pressure was quietly telling people something about me. Something about me. Something I never intended. Welcome to Bold Speak English. Not a channel for perfect grammar, but for people who want their English to sound like them, even when life isn't calm, even when things are heavy. Because real English isn't spoken when everything is easy. It's spoken when you're tired, overwhelmed, still showing up, and trying to explain yourself without sounding lost. Let me take you into a week I remember very clearly. Not dramatic, not special, just real. One of those weeks where work doesn't explode, it slowly suffocates you. Emails stacking up. Messages unanswered. Tasks half finished. You wake up already tired. Oh, and every conversation starts the same way. "How are you doing?" I kept answering honestly. "I'm stressed." Again, and again, and again. Now pause for a second. Think about it. Who sounds more reliable? "I'm stressed." Or, "I've got a lot on my plate, but I'm managing." At the time, I didn't think about this. I just felt something was off. People listened, nodded, moved on. No follow-up, no real connection. And then, one afternoon, during a meeting, something small but important happened. A colleague was asked about a deadline. Same pressure as me, same workload. But they smiled, slightly, and said, "It's been a hectic week. Deadlines are piling up, but we'll get there." No drama, no panic. And suddenly the room felt calm, controlled. That moment stayed with me. Not because of what they said, but because of how it landed. That's when the first crack appeared in my understanding. I didn't know it yet, but my English wasn't just describing stress. It was broadcasting how I handled it. Yeah. Over the next few days, I started listening differently. Not studying, just noticing. In the hallway, someone laughed. "I'm juggling a few things right now." Another person sighed. "There's a bit of pressure at the moment." No apology, no embarrassment, just facts, movement, flow. And here's where the story deepens. The problem wasn't that native speakers had less stress. Oh no, they had plenty. The difference was how they framed it. They didn't freeze stress in place. They moved it. They shaped it. I didn't realize it then, but this is the truth. The way you talk about pressure tells people whether you can handle it. I'm going to say that again, but quietly. Because this isn't a motivational quote. It's a social signal. Now imagine this. Same situation, same stress. Two people. Says it's those two people. One says, "I'm really stressed." The other says, "Things are a bit intense right now, but I'm working through it." Which one would you trust with responsibility? This is where many learners get stuck, not because their English is wrong, but because it sends the wrong signal. I tested this slowly. Carefully. The next time someone asked how things were going, I didn't say you're stressed. I said, "I've got a lot on my plate this week." The reaction was instant. People nodded. Someone smiled. Another said, "Yeah, same here." Stress didn't disappear, but it felt shared. Normal. And here's the mechanism most people miss. Native speakers often use movement language with pressure. Piling up, juggling, dealing with, handling, working through, because pressure in real life is motion, not a wall, not a prison. When you say, "I'm stressed," it sounds final, heavy, static, static. When you say, "I'm dealing with a lot right now," it sounds active, capable. Simple words. Huge difference. Around this point, something else happened. A real test. Unexpected changes. Short deadline. That familiar chest-tightening moment. Oh, for a second, my old habits rushed back. But I caught myself and said, "Things are a bit intense today, but I'll handle it." And the room stayed calm. That was the moment the mystery unlocked. Not fully, but enough. Stress doesn't make you sound weak. Unframed stress does. From then on, I noticed patterns everywhere. Softening phrases, control language, not hiding pressure, but balancing it. I'm under some pressure at the moment. There's a lot going on, but it's manageable. It's challenging, not impossible. Notice something important. These sentences don't deny stress, they contain it. And once I understood this, my confidence changed, not because my life became easier, but because my English finally matched who I was. Meetings felt smoother. Conversations flowed. I didn't rush explanations anymore. Even silence felt different. Stress no longer controlled my voice. Simple, human, real. And the best part, these aren't tricks. You don't need perfect pronunciation. You don't need advanced grammar. You need awareness, choice, fair. If you remember only one thing from this story, remember this. People don't judge your stress. They judge how you carry it. As I kept practicing, I realized this wasn't just about stress. It applied to frustration, pressure, overwhelm, even confidence. There's one deeper principle behind all of it, and once you see it, you'll never speak the same way again. But that's a story for the next video. If this story felt familiar, if you caught yourself thinking, "That's me," then you already belong here. This is Bold Speak English. For people who want their English to sound like them, even under pressure, tell me in the comments, which phrase are you going to start using? A lot on my plate, juggling a few things. Or in working through it. Subscribe, check out the channel, and stay with us. We're just getting started.